Hey there guys, welcome to this video. My name is Pushpinder Gill and this is the first video in the course of Principles of Marketing. So before I start this course, I will just give a brief introduction about myself. My name is Pushpinder Gill and I currently teach marketing at the University of Windsor and I've done my PhD in marketing from Iowa State University. So I'm very passionate about marketing and I teach marketing at various marketing courses at the university. And I am very motivated to impart this knowledge to someone who wants to learn it from a platform like YouTube. So the videos are going to be very open-ended. When I say open-ended, I'm going to be speaking my mind. I don't plan to use those fancy animation tools. I believe those are not going to be helpful to you if you are motivated. So what I'm going to do in this course is I'm actually going to discuss any knowledge that I have about marketing, because it's been a long time that I've been learning about this and sharing my knowledge with this in a classroom setting. So this course, Principles of Marketing, is for students who are interested in learning about what marketing is, what does it entail, and how do you view a business from a marketing perspective, because you can view it from different perspectives. You can view it from a finance perspective. You can view it from a management information systems perspective. But marketing perspective is very unique and very influential and very powerful. So during the course, you will see many short form videos, and please feel free to provide your comments in the comment section and reach out to me on my email address, and I'll be happy to respond, and I'll be happy to know how is it going. So let's not spend more time. So let's just get started on what the topic of today is. So today, since this is the first video on the Principles of Marketing course, so today we are going to discuss about what marketing is. Let's just put that in perspective. You must have listened to a lot of different versions of marketing. The most naive versions or definitions of non-marketing is that marketing is just sales. Well, I wholeheartedly disagree with that statement. Marketing is not just sales. It's something that every function of a business depends on. It's something that every function of a business practices. I would just take you to this 1991 article in Harvard Business Review about saying that marketing is everything and everything is marketing, which kind of explains what marketing is in a very layman's term. Is that marketing is a function or an activity which is practiced by every individual in an organization, and it places the customer at the center. Not just the customer, but all the stakeholders. It takes care of all stakeholders, put the customers in the center of decision making, and everything is about creating value for customers. And it's very powerful. It's something, if something which done right can do wonders for an organization, which is something that we're going to learn throughout this course. And I just selected this quote from Steve Jobs, is that people don't know what they want until you show it to them. And that's essentially what the goal of marketing is actually to create value for customers and also deliver it to them and also communicate it to them. So that actually brings me to what's the objective of marketing. The objective of marketing can actually be put down in these 4 different pillars here. The first pillar is creating value. The second would be capturing value. The third would be communicating value, and the fourth would actually be delivering value. Well, you must be wondering what value is. Value is something that's what the customers expect from the offerings of a firm minus what they pay for it. So if you actually buy an iPhone, whatever value you're actually getting from an iPhone minus the $1,000 or whatever the cost of iPhone is that you pay is the value that you derive out of it. And the value doesn't have to be economic. The value doesn't have to be anything beneficial just from an economic perspective. It can be, the value can be that you gain some knowledge. Value can be that you gain some social benefits. For instance, when we use Facebook, we are not really gaining any, as a customer, we're not really gaining any benefit, financial benefit from Facebook. But what we're gaining is that we're actually gaining social benefit out of it. So that's the objective of marketing is. It's actually creating value. And that's one of the most important functions of marketing is it's trying to create value. Now, value is not discovered. Value is you can say it's invented for customers. So you create your product and service mix in such a way that it actually creates value for customers. And value doesn't have to be something groundbreaking as a new product. It can be as simple as offering a $5 footlong sandwich or putting 2 patties in one burger and calling it the Big Mac. That's also value. Right, or opening a social network with just 140 characters limit, such as Twitter. So that's also value. So whatever creates value for customers, it doesn't have to be a groundbreaking discovery for customer or something which is very technical. So once you've created value, and as you can see, when you think about creating value, it just doesn't end with product creation. It starts with the idea of the company, who they are and who are they serving, who is their target market, and what they are going to be for their target market. And it goes all the way to delivering them that product, and then of course also trying to see whether the product actually worked for them or not. So it's also about not just about creating value, but also communicating value. So it's also about you let your customers know that there's value in there. So why should they go for your product? Why should they purchase your product? And what are the benefits of the product? And what are the risks of consuming this product? So there is an important factor for marketing is also communicating value. And marketing does that through promotions and through advertisements and all the other functions, activities that it has. And then the next thing is also about delivering value. Is you've created value and you've communicated value. Then your next goal is about delivering that particular value, like what channels of distributions you actually have to actually deliver that value. So if a company like Ford wants to deliver its cars to its customers, it can do through dealerships. It can deliver it through their websites. It can do delivery at home, or the customers can pick up from a particular store or dealership. So how do you really deliver value? What are the channels through which we're actually going to deliver value? And sometimes delivering aspect of marketing can be something very important. I mean, just on the top of my head, Amazon comes as a great example, which has done wonders in just delivering value. And then the last part of, I wouldn't say the last part, but another part of marketing is actually also capturing value or appropriating value from your customers. So you can sell a product for $1, or you can sell a product for $2. So what is how you're actually going to capture the value that you've created from your customers? So if someone creates a great product or creates a great service, what's the pricing decisions that they're going to take through which they're actually going to capture value? So for instance, Netflix offers a subscription services. They can offer a monthly subscription. They also offer a yearly subscription. So how do you what decisions that you take that you end up capturing that value? Because it's important to capture value, because your survival completely depends on the extent to which you actually are able to capture value. So if you cannot capture value, your firm is not going to survive. So these are the 4 major functions of marketing, which revolve around value creation, value capture or value appropriation, and communicating that value and delivering that value. So that takes me to my next point is talking about what is marketing. Like, I've told you the objective of marketing, but if we were to look at some sort of a definition for marketing, which is a very difficult job to do, but what I've done is I've picked up the official definition for marketing from American Marketing Association. Well, it says that marketing is the activity, set of institutions and processes for creating, capturing, communicating, and delivering value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. Now, it seems like a lot of words have been put together, but they've been put together with a particular purpose. The first thing that this definition states is that marketing, it's not just a practice, or marketing is not just an activity. It's also a process. It can also be a set of institutions. So basically what it says is that marketing is something which is not just done by individuals. It's also done by organizations. So marketing is essentially a two-phased process where it is actually done by the marketing function itself, which would be the marketing department, and they kind of oversee how the marketing is done. But it's also done by individuals. So for instance, when the CEO of a company wears the company jacket or goes at fundraising events, the individual is actually also getting involved in marketing. So marketing is not just done by organizations as a function, but it's also done by, I would say, every individual in an organization, right? So because they have to put the customer's interest in the middle, and that's essentially what marketing is. And one thing that it does is it actually says it entails an exchange. There is a transaction, or I wouldn't say transaction, but there's a relationship that's happening between their stakeholders and a firm. So it entails the process of exchanging, creating, capturing, communicating, and delivering value. And then another important point in this definition is that marketing, it's not just for customers. It influences all the stakeholders in a firm. So it influences customers, it influences clients, partners, and even societies at large. I mean, there have been many examples where marketing has done wonders at a societal level. So there have been companies who have advocated for sustainability projects. There are companies who have inspired people through their marketing. So Nike is an example that comes to mind, which creates great, inspiring advertisements. Same goes for Apple there. So marketing, it just doesn't influence customers. It actually influences stakeholders, because marketing does have a lot of influence in determining the stock price of a company, because it is all about creating value for their customers, which is essentially what shareholders want. And it influences it not just influences them, but it influences their suppliers as well, in some sense, because if the company will do well, their suppliers are going to do well. So it influences all the partners or the clients it has. So it influences all the stakeholders. Now, you must be thinking about that I'm overemphasizing, or I'm kind of playing the role of marketing up. But throughout the course, we are actually going to understand together is that marketing is very, very important for any organization. And if they don't do marketing well, if they don't follow the basic principles of marketing, then it's not going to be very efficient for them. And this question is always asked to me whenever in my classroom. It's like, is marketing an art or is it a science? Well, my answer to this question is that it can be whatever you want it to be. So marketing can also be an art. It can also be something very creative. It can also be very subjective. So when you are creating advertisements, when you're creating content, there's a lot of art that goes into it, but it's also very scientific. It also involves a lot of number crunching. It also involves sophisticated analysis, which I plan to engage you in throughout my courses. It can also be very scientific, where you actually take a lot of data driven decisions, and that's where marketing is, the scope of marketing is increasing as time goes by, is that marketing as a function is taking a lot of decisions using data, but that doesn't mean that it should lose its art form, because it can also be a very artistic exercise. So I'm just going to give a simple example here about this iPhone. So when a customer goes and purchases an iPhone, the person gets a lot of benefits, but they also have to kind of exert a lot of efforts to get that. They probably have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to get the product. That's again another effort, which is their patience. There are some risks involved in that. In purchasing an iPhone, there could be financial risks, there could be other risks, and then of course you pay a monetary price on that. And this all, whatever benefits you're actually getting from an iPhone minus whatever the price you're paying for an iPhone, is actually your value. And if you can actually look at it, you would understand that value is something which is very different for every customer. And that's something which is, I find beautiful about marketing, is that it accounts for customer heterogeneity. It considers every customer to be different. It's a very inclusive. I would say, not a department, but it's a very inclusive practice. So the benefits can be very different for someone based on how they use that iPhone. So for an old person, it could be different. For a young person, it could be very different. So that's where subjectivity plays a big role. That's where things become subjective in marketing. And it's communicated by Apple by informing customers about the product. So that's why they do those keynotes. They persuade a lot. They come out with a lot of, I think they're now also coming out with a lot of social media content as well. And they actually remind their customers about when their product is going to go out of stock or when their product is available. So all of that, or what are the promotions which are available. So all of that is communication of value, and they've already created the value by creating the product. And of course they've created value through their website and through every effort that they've taken. And the value is delivered via the product, as well as values delivered via the product, as well as the services that they offer. So that's where the actual value is being delivered, because when you purchase an iPhone, that's not delivering value. Value delivery is when you actually use an iPhone, and it could be delivered through the product as well as the services that they offer, such as Apple Music or Apple Photos or iCloud. And of course, value is captured via price that you pay as a customer, but you can also refer the product to someone else, and that's also that's also how Apple is actually capturing value by you. So that's kind of an example of the definition of marketing in this video, and I hope it was helpful. And I'm going a bit free on this. When I say free, I mean I'm just talking my mind here. Of course, I do have these PowerPoint presentations for you, which is going to help me structure this course. But if you feel that I should be covering something, or if you think if you think I need to elaborate on something, please let me know, and I will actually go ahead and create another video on this. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys. And so in the upcoming videos, we'll actually delve deeper into what are different models in marketing, and what are the different ways you can actually learn about marketing. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.